Welcome to the Be Happy Now show. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. I'm Claudia-Sam. If you know that you're here for a bigger reason, this is the place to be. Together, we ditch the self-care guilt and quit the go with less fear and more trust. Tune in to living life in alignment with your full potential. The Be Happy Now show starts now.
We're having this conversation about taking your decisional power back, most importantly, because I've been having these conversations with my clients where this is exactly what's happening. And tell me if this resonates with you. Does it happen sometimes when you want to do something, you want to take action, you want to invest in yourself, or you want to go out for that thing, or you want to use your time differently or set certain boundaries, but you may feel afraid that if you go out into a limb and actually share with your partner, or whether it's at work or in your romantic relationship or in your family, you want to share that with your loved ones because it feels true to you, but you're afraid of being shut down or being pushed aside or being ridiculed or judged. And so it's kind of like giving them the power to keep up your excitement or to actually go ahead and make the investment that you want to make or go on this adventure or use your time that way or set that boundary because they're taking up so much space of what is worthy of your decision. Does that resonate with you? I'd really love to know. Hi, Kelly. Yeah. So this is kind of what we're going to play with today. We're going to together invite you to take your decisional power back by giving yourself permission. Ooh. This is one of the most powerful things that we can do when we are on any transformation journey, whether you're heading over on Insight Timer and binge eating the meditations, or you have an active coaching support, or you're in therapy, or you're signing up to free offerings and you're really just soaking up and immersing yourself in a bunch of tools to, well, take your power back and raise your confidence and lead the life that you're meant to do. However you get to do that, giving yourself permission to take any action at any time, whether it's giving yourself permission to slow down, giving yourself permission to say yes or say no, however that looks like, giving ourselves permission is one of the foundational things that we can do when we want to say yes to ourselves. So raise your hand. I know I can't fully see you, but we're in each other's energy. So raise your hand, share an emoji. Let me know, when was the last time you fully 100% gave yourself permission to do what you wanted to do? Gave yourself permission to work on your business, to launch your idea, to hit up that friend that you hadn't communicated with in so long, but there may be this society political rules that it's been too long and you're not supposed to reach out to them, whatever it is. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to actually just override the rules and do it your way? And I know I'm asking this like I want to know a specific time, but if you resonate with this like it's been a while, then yeah, let me know. That's kind of what I want to know, that this is landing for you. Yeah. Here's an example. One of my clients, it came to me and she said, I feel like I cannot be myself. Like I can't be myself with my partner. And they're at the restaurant, for example, and they are about to be gifted a dinner. So they're, with a group, and some people in the group are deciding to offer them dinner, the appetizer, the main meal, and dessert. And when it came to order dessert, everyone was really excited about ordering dessert. And what ended up happening is that one person in that group, the one who was receiving the gift, which is a partner of my client, okay, I'm using code words because this is confidential, and yet the example is really powerful. So my client is a she, her partner is a he, and he decided to halt the dessert ordering because his beliefs were in lack, not enoughness, fear of not having enough, even though the meal was gifted to him and his family and their family. So beyond the excitement of getting a dessert, the end result was, I'm choosing the lack here. I'm going to choose to be afraid that there's not going to be enough. So I don't want to teach that to my kids because, well, right. I don't want to teach that we have to always want more, whatever, however that showed up for him. He's in the right to have this conversation and this belief 100%. And you get to decide, in this case for my client, she gets to decide how she feels with that decision to have dessert or not, and the energy behind which it's taken. And this is a beautiful kind of playground, right? Because you and I, we are always in these conversations. I'm saying always, I don't know you 100%. And yet I'm assuming that there are opportunities and instances where you're interacting with other people. And there may be often times when other people are responding or acting in a way that has their beliefs, their fears, their lack belief, their not enoughness belief, their fears. And you don't have to take that on. You actually don't have to take that on. The visual that I have for this, it's almost like when you go shop for clothes or you're at a friend's house and they're like, hey, I have this suit and that skirt and that blazer and I'm not wearing them anymore. Do you want to try them on? It's a little bit like you trying on those new clothes and feeling like, do they fit? Does it match my energy? Like that belief, it's a little bit like that, like trying on new clothes of like, okay, do I feel good in it? Does that feel in alignment with who I am, with how I want to show up in the world? Whether it's clothing or a belief, you get to take your decisional power to wear it or choose to put it back on the rack and say, thank you. Actually, that doesn't fit anymore. You don't have to make a scene and, make the conversation explode because their belief is not what you want. And this isn't a game of like shaming, guilt tripping, proving, convincing someone else that they're wrong. Does that make sense? Hi, Nikki. Hi, Nathos. Thanks for being here. If you're listening to the Be Happy Now show and you're like, who am I speaking with? Well, right now I'm in a live on Insight Timer at the same time with Ward, with Ben, with Carmen, with Kelly, Nathos, Nikki, and a bunch of you that I see. Nadine, first time for you. Yay, I'm so glad. And so we get to just play. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this I'm doubling up tonight on today on the podcast and being on Insight Timer is because this is a really, really important topic of you being able to witness other people's decisional power, other people's stance behind their beliefs and what they want and how they want to make decisions. It doesn't mean you have to judge them. Again, it doesn't mean you have to blame them or try to push your beliefs or your point of views across. It means that you get to either try theirs on and be like, oh yeah, that fits. I want to take that on. Or actually let me sew my own dress here. Let me make my own suit and take on my own beliefs, because that's when you have the most decisional power. And one of the reasons, again, why I'm hosting this with you, and if you're just hopping on, make sure to grab a paper and a pen or have your computer and your notes open, because we're going to write a permission slip. This is one of, again, the most powerful things that I can offer you. And I found that out because inside my Soul Connector Circle, which is one of my virtual communities in my Soul Connection coaching containers, we have a monthly session. It's called the Envisioning Call. And in the Envisioning Call, we actually align our energy to the vibration of what it is that we have as a vision, as a goal, what we want, how we want to feel that month. And so we play with visioning. And there was a big discussion about not dimming our light or lowering our energy frequency by taking on someone else's belief. Therefore, by not giving away our power to someone who has another belief. And again, this isn't to make anyone's beliefs wrong. It's just that if someone wants to wear a blue blazer, they can wear a blue blazer. But if you want to wear a pink one, you get to wear a pink one. Does that make any sense? Okay. This is where I'm sharing my friend Carrie Suwal's book, Heal Using Intuition and Energy. This is a part of her book that I find really inspiring, and I wanted to share it with you. So feel free to close your eyes and just receive it and see where that lands for you. Is it impolite to not feel pain when others are struggling? And you could take this on as like, is it impolite to not take on someone's belief or go with someone's decision when it's not something that you believe in? She says, crutching someone's pain by taking it on lowers your vibrancy. Instead, support them by holding impeccable space for their suffering. That means you can disengage. That means leaning back, observing, letting them have their experience. And that is also you taking your decisional power back, right? Standing in your power. She says, if they are ready to desist their suffering, you can show them the way to end it through the action of being. Your vibration spills over onto everyone around you. It does not have to drain your vital life force. Do not think of it as giving all your good vibes away. You will lose your good chi at the cost of helping others. If you feel the belief that others can take your energy, it is slapping a Band-Aid on their burst pipe. Healing flows temporarily because nothing has changed from within them. Sometimes in the Soul Connector Circle, we talk about not robbing someone of their own healing experience by either forcing an idea on them or wanting to fix it for them or wanting to find a solution or always being there to support them at the cost of, right, of robbing them of the experience to figure it out themselves and at the cost of us feeling like our energy is being drained. Hi, William. Hi, Marcy. Yeah. So this is where we're going to write our permission slip. And this can look many different ways, right? Here's what you can give yourself permission for. It can be straight up. I give myself permission to take back my decisional power. I give myself permission to not lower my vibrancy when someone else is struggling, but rather hold space for theirs. Whatever resonates and lands with you today. Okay, giving yourself permission to be messy around maybe not sticking to a morning routine or giving yourself permission to flow day by day with something that feels good to you. Giving yourself permission to choose self-compassion instead of blame and shame. Giving yourself permission to see positive possible outcomes instead of only the bad ones. Giving yourself permission to hold courage, to open your inbox and get curious with what's there instead of dreading that maybe someone has rejected you somehow. Giving yourself permission to be present with what is. Being present with all of your emotions and all the circumstances instead of trying to fix it or run away from them or be impatient. Giving yourself permission to do something different than what you're used to. Giving yourself permission to say, I choose to see this differently. Giving yourself permission to set boundaries and choose what feels good to you instead of what doesn't. Just to play small or to give in to someone else's worthiness to make decisions for you, when instead you can tune into your worthiness to make decisions for yourself. Giving yourself permission to feel grounded and aligned at every second of every day. You know, you can give yourself permission for anything. So we have a few minutes left together. So in order to tune into what do we get to give ourselves permission to today, let's take a few breaths. Okay. I love how people here are just like connecting with each other. Like all of a sudden you're on the same Insight Timer Live. This is cool. I'm celebrating you with the celebration sticks. Okay. Plant your feet into the ground, or make sure that you feel super grounded, however you feel the most grounded. Maybe it's cross-legged. If you do want to lay down, feel free to do that. You're your own boss, right? You can tune into your body. Give yourself permission to listen to your intuition. And for a moment, recognize that you are here. Recognize that your heart is beating. Recognize that you're alive. Recognize that you have a body and it's in the shape that it's in. And wow, is the mind creative with all the thoughts that we get throughout the day. Acknowledge that you're here. Take a deep breath in through the nose to exhale through the mouth. Settle here. When it is safe for you to do so, close your eyes. And let your shoulders drop and your chest rise a tiny bit up and forward. Feel that heartbeat, or imagine it. Let the shoulder blades draw back, down to hug the heart. And mentally say and invite the muscles behind the eyes to relax. The jaw as well. And find your energy all the way down at the feet. Feel the soles of your feet. There is nothing else for you to do right now than be right here. Feeling the soles of your feet. Feeling the knees, the thighs, the bowl of the pelvis, the contact between your body and the support beneath you. Feel your belly rising and falling as you breathe. Feel the chest buoyantly open. And maybe lift up the corners of the mouth slightly to remember the inner smile. Yes, I'm right here. And feel a lift all the way to the crown of the head, lengthening the spine, connecting both the earth and the divine. Remembering that you are held here. You are so worthy to be right here. Everything is orchestrating so that it works out for you. There is no other way than you being a success and remembering your success today and every day. So let's take 3 intentional breaths together. Exhale everything. Through the nose. Inhale, rise that energy up the body. Exhale, bring it back down the body. Don't overthink this. Breathing in, it can simply be the breath in through the nose. And exhaling the breath out through the nose. Breathing in, presence. Breathing out, permission to be. Now breathing normally, tune in I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm inviting you to let the first answer that comes through for you to be it. You don't have to overthink this. Okay? If the mind has a habit of overthinking, focus on your exhale. That will keep the mind busy, focusing on one thing. And then you wait for the answer to the question I will ask, and I will repeat it twice. What would feel so good to give yourself permission today? What would feel so good to give yourself permission for? To do, to be, to take on, to believe, to try, to explore. What would feel so good to give yourself permission for? Keep breathing. And keep tuning in and hearing for the response. And if you've got it, when you've got it, write yourself a permission slip. And it goes like this. I give myself permission to. I give myself permission to. Just free write. We're going to free write for the next 2 minutes. Free write. I give myself permission to. Go. Try not to lift your pen off of the page, nor lift your fingers off the keyboard. Just free write. I give myself permission to. Let's take a big collective breath together to close us off. Yay, congratulations. And once we do that, we say out loud, and so it is. And so it is. If you're listening to the Be Happy Now show and you're hearing the things knocking, those are the celebration sticks. You can go on YouTube at Coach Claudia-Sam on YouTube and you'll see it. And on Insight Timer while you see them. So yay. Please share in the comments as you are on Insight Timer, or share with me wherever you find this episode of the Be Happy Now show, and share what is it that you're giving yourself permission to. And I'm not asking just because, I just cause. I'm asking because I'm really curious and I really am at stand for you giving yourself this permission. Whatever it is, if it's in alignment with you, if it feels good, if every ounce of you is almost a little bit afraid to give yourself this permission because you know it means that you'll have to give it to you. I know, I get that. It's okay. You're not alone. You give yourself permission to continually explore protons of the universe. Great. Tara Lee, hi. I give myself permission to listen to my body over my thinking mind. Yes. Lee, give myself permission to change my career. Boom. Neda, relax and enjoy myself to take a bath, to draw. Yes, to be creative. Right? To flow, to allow. Nadine, I give myself permission to let go and anticipate the best. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm in such celebration of you. Thank you for being here. And I'm just so grateful that I get to show up in my authenticity and my power. And thank you for witnessing me in this. And if you're at all curious about having these envisioning monthly sessions where you can not only give yourself permission, but to really align your energy with your vision, then just go to soulconnectorcircle.com and you'll have all of the information. And you can, of course, follow me on Inside Timer and find the Be Happy Now show anywhere you listen to your podcasts. And here on Inside Timer, I have a bunch of free meditations as well. So I look forward to seeing you there.
You've been listening to the Be Happy Now show with me, Claudia-Sam. Flex your soul connection muscle and be your inner guide to fulfillment and purpose. You are worthy of being you and of connecting to what stops you from living the life you are meant to live. Access more soul connection coaching at claudiasamcoaching.com.